Hi, we're here with Ann-erika, and you just told us this is your cradle board.
So this is my cradle board. It's a very contemporary Lakota cradle board. I broke a lot of rules in making it because there's a certain kind of pattern and bless you. And geometrics are really common, and the rule is they match both sides. So I did our creation story coming here from beyond the Milky Way. And so this is actually, I can't replicate this if I wanted to, because I literally put the beads on and kind of eyeballed how the Milky Way should go as scattered, because you can't really map that. So this is us as spirits beyond the Milky Way, and our story has us coming through the Big Dipper. So I didn't want it to be a very obvious thing. So as you can see, it's right here. And then this is us as our becoming, as us on the earth and us growing and who we are, where we come from, our culture. And then the other side, this is two stories in one. This symbolizes us as a mother, and then this line right here is showing the separation of us, the time that we were raised in, and our understanding of being here on this earth, and then the children that we raise and the time that they're raised in. We don't really have a full understanding of what they face because life in the world is so different.
Right.
So I made this line as like, we're still sharing the same space and the same lives together, but there's this thin separation between us. And this is our children moving forward. And this for us is Bear Butte. This is a sacred place for us, Lakota, where people go up on the hill, go on Humblecha here. So I made this as a guidance for our children. So when we are no longer here, we still teach our children how they can be guided in the world, even though we're no longer here for them. But this also represents Wakantanka. So as or God, as Wakantanka, in our prayers, there's still this thin separation. And then us as children here on the earth, this is us, and us finding the places that are sacred, and us being guided, and us finding our center. But I did more than one sun, and I didn't do them super obvious because I don't like that.
Right.
I don't like it to be very obvious. And so this is the sun that you're raised with an understanding of the cycles of the sun, and an understanding of Earth, an understanding of your life, an understanding of where you're supposed to be going. But sometimes that shifts and changes dramatically. And when it does, a lot of times we're really thrown off, and people can be thrown off for the whole rest of their life. So this is a prayer. These are antique beads right here, and they're never perfect. They're always not completely the size that they say they are, and they might break when you're using them. So this antique bead is put here as like a very ancient sun, a very ancient understanding of where we come from. This is a very modern bead right here, and this is a reflection of that sun. And basically that's a prayer to say for the baby that if you come into this world and your parents raise you in this certain way, and you have an idea of life and it dramatically shifts, you're still able to form a new reality for yourself and form a good life and move forward, even though there's these significant shifts in your life that you didn't expect. And so this is a prayer in here so people understand there's multiple possibilities, there's multiple good ways to move forward, and basically there's multiple suns that maybe you didn't think of or you didn't have an understanding of before. So that's a prayer.
Beadwork, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing.
So that was, and then I contrasted that because when you break all the rules, you want to let people know I still know where I come from, right? I know I broke the rules. And so I did, this is buffalo dew claw. So I took the buffalo dew claw and then I worked it so it looks like this. This is very traditional. If you look at our museum pieces, you'll see this in Wapegnaka. The young boys would wear, they're hanging down, and society necklaces for the men. But I added this as like, this connects us back to where we come from. Even though we're here in modern times, we're still very much connected to our people and like all of our traditional ways. So you don't know that, right? Unless I tell you.
But you're right, it just brings it back.
So when I teach people and I show them how to make a cradle board, I always say start where we started, like start at the beginning, and then if you modify your boards, you modify your designs, or you modify your materials, and say you're working with cloth or something, then you at least have an understanding yourself of, I started with this very traditional style, and then I morphed it into what is me as an artist and what is me and my vision for my life. So.
Interior to the internal.
Yeah, so you start with like the past and then you bring it to right now. And then you can say it's kind of like a journey as an artist. So that's like always my strong suggestion, like when I teach people. But and then I did buffalo horn, and that's kind of in the same vein as this. It's just like as the Plains people,
I can tell you where
the buffalo is very important to our lives. And this comes from the horn, and I shaped it and polished it and created jewelry, which is really uncommon for down here in the Southwest. But
thank you. Thank
You're
you so much.
welcome.
Good to see you too.
Good to see
you
you.
too. And we'll be in touch. We'll be back. We're gonna run around.
Okay.
We'll talk with you.